Good morning, students. Welcome back to online class. Today, we are going to discuss about factors determining liquid pressure in liquids. Pressure exerted by a liquid at a point is determined by three factors, which is depth, density of the liquid, acceleration due to gravity. I told you already that pressure exerted by a liquid at a point is determined by the three factor, which is nothing but depth. Depth symbol we can take it as H, density of the liquid as rho, acceleration due to gravity as g, small letter g. Let me pass on to the topic. Already we have discussed that pressure exerted by a liquid at a point is determined by the three factor. First one is depth. How the depth which is affecting the pressure we will discuss now. Take a large plastic can, punch holes with a nail in a vertical line on the side of the can as shown in the figure. Then fill the can with the water. Check the water flow in each hole. The picture itself it shows that the weakest flow is there at the top of the water. Strongest flow is there at the bottom. From this activity, we can infer pressure varies as depth increases. When the depth increases, pressure also will be increases. So we can conclude that pressure is changes with depth. That is depends on the depth. But when you put same hole at same height, there will be no changes in the pressure. Flow will be equal in all the three holes with equal height. Second one is pressure depends on the density of the liquid. Let me check now. Take two liquids of different densities, which is water and oil. Fill it with the same level in two plastic containers. Make holes in the two containers at the same level. What do you observe? It can be seen that water is squirting out with more pressure than oil. This indicates that pressure depends on density of the liquid. Let me pass on to the next topic, which is pressure due to a liquid column. Consider a tall beaker is filled with liquid so that it forms a liquid column. The area of cross section at the bottom is A, that is capital A is the area. The density of the liquid column is rho. The height of the liquid column is small letter h. In other words, the depth of the water from the top level surface is h, which is shown in the figure. Volume is V. Okay students, let me derive pressure formula due to a liquid column. Pressure due to a liquid column we are going to derive. Already we know well thrust formula. Thrust is nothing but force. Thrust is equal to force, which is equal to mg. This formula already we have discussed in the first lesson itself. Force is nothing but m into g. M is mass and g is gravity. Acceleration due to gravity. A density formula is nothing but mass per volume. This is studied in the lower class itself. Density is equal to mass per volume. Density symbol is rho. This is a symbol for the density, which is row. This is not a P. This is row. How to write row? This like you have to row. Right. This is row. Which is equal to, what is symbol we have for the mass? M. Volume is V. Just you modify the formula for getting mass. So mass is equal to rho into volume. When you modify this formula, we are getting mass is equal to rho into volume. Volume is nothing but, what is the formula for the volume? Is nothing but area into height. What is symbol here we have for area? Capital A. What is the height? Small letter h. So M is finally rho A h. Substitute this mass value in the first equation, which is F is equal to mg. When we substitute this M value, we are getting F is equal to rho A h g. Already we know, well, very beginning we discussed what is the formula for the pressure we have. Pressure is equal to thrust per area. Pressure is equal to thrust per area. Thrust is nothing but force. So what is symbol here? Pressure capital P, thrust F, area A. Already we know, well, F is nothing but mg, mass into acceleration due to gravity. So the formula becomes mg divided by A. Now substitute the value for the M here. M is nothing but, already we have found that rho A h, or else we can substitute instead of F also we can substitute. Already we found that F is nothing but rho A h g. What will be happen here? Here area in the numerator and denominator we have. So we can cancel it. We can cancel this. After cancel this, we are getting pressure formula, which is rho h g. Once again, rho is nothing but density, h is nothing but height, and g is nothing but acceleration due to gravity. So finally we concluded the formula for the pressure in liquid column. So this expression shows that pressure in a liquid column is determined by depth, density of the liquid, and the acceleration due to gravity. Interestingly, the final expression for pressure does not have the term area. Thus, pressure in liquid depends on depth only, we can conclude finally. Thank you students, I hope you are all understood.
Very good morning, my dear students. Previous classes we discussed Dobrynin's triads and Newland's law of octaves. Today we discuss Mendeleev's periodic table and modern periodic table. This is Mendeleev. Full name is Dmitry Ivanovich Mendeleev. He was a Russian chemist. In 1869, he proposed the law of periodicity, which states that physical and chemical properties of elements are the periodic functions of their atomic masses. He arranged 56 elements in his law of periodicity. That means he arranged 56 elements in the increasing order of atomic masses. This was best known as the short form of periodic table. And next we discuss features of Mendeleev's periodic table. And students, look at this table. It has 8 vertical columns. That vertical columns are called groups. That vertical columns means that a top to bottom. So 8 vertical columns are called groups. So this Mendeleev's periodic table having 8 groups and 7 horizontal rows. That horizontal rows means left to right. 7 horizontal rows are present. That horizontal rows are called periods. In this Mendeleev's periodic table, there are 7 periods are present. So, the Mendeleev's periodic table having 8 groups and 7 periods. And each group has 2 subgroups, capital A and B. All the elements appearing in a group were found to have similar properties. And next we discuss merits of Mendeleev's periodic table. See, it was noticed that certain elements could not be placed in their proper groups in this manner. Reason is wrongly determined atomic masses. Consequently, the wrong atomic masses were corrected. For example, see, atomic mass of beryllium was known to be 14. Mendeleev reassessed it is as 9 and assigned beryllium a proper place. So, the main merit of this Mendeleev's periodic table is correction of atomic masses. The wrong atomic masses will be corrected and reassessed, giving the proper place for that particular element. And Mendeleev left vacant place for elements which were not known at that time. This gave motivation to experiment in chemistry. Look at this table. Some vacant places are here. So Mendeleev left some vacant place for elements. So this gives the motivation to experiment in chemistry. So prediction of new elements is another merit of Mendeleev's periodic table. And systematic study of elements, because we know the elements are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic masses. So the another merit is systematic study of elements. So these are the important merits of Mendeleev's periodic table. And see, in 8th group, cobalt and nickel present. Cobalt. What is the atomic mass of cobalt? First, what is the symbol for cobalt? CO. Now we check the atomic mass of cobalt is 58.9. And what's the symbol for nickel? Ni. And what's the atomic mass of nickel? 58.7. We know in Mendeleev's periodic table, the elements were arranged in the increasing order of their atomic masses. But see, cobalt and nickel. Cobalt atomic mass is 58.9 and nickel atomic mass is 58.7. So nickel only coming first. After nickel only cobalt will be placed. But in this Mendeleev's periodic table, cobalt is placed first. After only nickel is present. So, increasing order of atomic mass was not strictly followed throughout. So, this is the drawback of Mendeleev's periodic table. So, increasing order of atomic mass was not strictly followed, and it failed to explain the position of hydrogen, and it was not able to explain the position of isotopes. So, these are the drawbacks or limitations of Mendeleev's periodic table. So, students, what are the limitations of Mendeleev's periodic table? It failed to explain the position of hydrogen, and it was not able to explain the position of isotopes, and increasing order of atomic mass was not strictly followed throughout. These are the limitations of Mendeleev's periodic table. Okay students, next we discuss modern periodic table. In 1913, modern periodic table was prepared by arranging elements in the increasing order of their atomic number. Hence, the modern periodic law can be stated as follows. The physical and chemical properties of elements are periodic function of their atomic numbers. Henry Moseley was known as the father of the modern periodic table. This table is the extension of the Mendeleev's periodic table, and in this table all the elements are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic numbers. But in Mendeleev's periodic table, all the elements were arranged in the increasing order of their atomic masses. But here in modern periodic table, all the elements were arranged in the increasing order of their atomic numbers. And see, this table, there are 7 periods. What is mean by period? That horizontal rows are called periods. So, in modern periodic table, there are 7 periods are present and 18 groups are present. What is mean by groups? The vertical columns are called groups. So, in modern periodic table, there are 7 periods and 18 groups are present. Based on the physical and chemical properties of elements, they are grouped into various families. First group elements are called alkali metals, and the second group elements are called alkaline earth metals, and the group 3 to 12, that elements are called transition metals. And see, group 13, which element is present first? Boron. So, that family is called boron family. And see, in 14th group, carbon is the first element. So, that group is called as carbon family. And see, 15th group, first element nitrogen. So, that family is nitrogen family. And see, in 16th group, which is the first element? Oxygen. So, that group is called as oxygen family. So, 13th group is called boron family. 14th group is called carbon family. 15th group is called nitrogen family. And 16th group is called oxygen family. And 17th group is called halogen family. And the 18th group, all the inert gases are present. That means all the noble gases are present. So, that group is called as noble gases. Okay, students. So, today we discussed Mendeleev's periodic table and modern periodic table. And what are the differences between Mendeleev and modern periodic law? Mendeleev's periodic law was based on atomic masses, whereas modern periodic law is based on atomic numbers. And how many groups and periods are present in modern periodic table? In modern periodic table, there are 7 periods and 18 groups are present in the modern periodic table. But in Mendeleev's periodic table, there are 7 periods and 8 groups are present. So, these are the differences between Mendeleev's periodic table and modern periodic table. Okay, students, I hope all of you understood this Mendeleev's periodic table and modern periodic table. Next class, we will discuss classification of elements into blocks in modern periodic table. Thank you.